Boom shakalaka. We are live, sir. Chad
Boom.
Erickson. How you doing, buddy?
I'm alive.
Long time no see.
Yeah.
You got your CNC done, huh? I saw some pictures on social about that.
Yep.
You got your cert?
I got the cert. I made the appointment.
How'd that feel, dude, when you got that done finally?
Okay, but it doesn't.
Whoops.
What's going on here? I was gonna say, it doesn't feel like it's done yet. I still have to I was making calls. I had a agent call me back, just making sure I'm trying to go to the right place. I couldn't download the thing to my phone, so I got to go to the library or somebody's
What the
house.
hell are you talking about? You got your certification.
You have to mail in your thing so you can buy one too. They're only doing it by mail. They're not doing any. I got my certification, but I can't buy one yet.
Buy what?
A gun.
Oh, well,
Until I get my mail-in background check from the police.
Which you have to go downtown in person and do that.
They're not doing it right now that way.
That's the only way you're allowed to do it.
They said it has to be by mail.
That
right
doesn't
now.
make any sense.
COVID.
That's why you have to do it by appointment.
I know.
Because I have to wait, and I have to do it by appointment.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of two different things. I have my appointment scheduled.
Right.
To go down there, but I'm trying to get a permit.
Stay a little closer to this. Stay about 2-3 minutes. There you go.
I'm trying to get the permit to buy one. Or I don't know if they're two separate things or not.
No. Here's how it works.
They're not two separate things?
Here's how it works.
Okay.
So normally you have something just
I'm stupid,
for normal. You're not stupid. No, it's confusing for a lot of people. So normally in the state of Minnesota, for just any random asshole, you want to go buy anything other than basically a shotgun or a hunting rifle, right? I think you can buy a hunting rifle as well. You still have to do a federal background check to buy that gun, but you do not need any sort of permit to purchase that gun. However, just to buy a handgun or an AR-15 or anything with a pistol grip on it, you do have to have what's called a permit to purchase. Now, under normal circumstances, you go downtown, you fill out the paperwork. It's free, okay? It's free. And then, at least I think it's free. I'm pretty sure it's free. I can't remember. Maybe if it's not free, it's like $10 or $15 or something. But this is just a regular permit to purchase. And then they have 7 days to do the thing and send you, and that includes mailing time, to get your permit to purchase. Then you can take that into any fucking gun store and apply. But you still have to go through the same background check for a handgun as you would for that same shotgun without a permit. It doesn't matter. You still got to go through that 3-day background check. What you went and did is got a gun certification class so you can get your conceal and carry permit, which also doubles as a permit to purchase. It's two things in one.
Okay.
Yep.
I wasn't
sure.
And
it lasts for 5 years. But this one, you also, once you get your certification, you fill out the paperwork, your gun range or your your instructor should have given you paperwork.
He did. I'm just, like I said, my phone, it's like...
No, they usually give it to you in hand.
I had to take I have my permit or my thing in hand, but they sent me a bunch of links and stuff to study, and my phone isn't downloading anything. It's having trouble.
Right, but I'm talking about the paperwork so you can file your certification and legally get your permit to conceal and carry. You still have to go down in person.
I have that scheduled.
Yep, and you have to do that by appointment, and that's what sucks. When is your appointment?
Christmas Eve day.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's really far out there, dude. That's super fucking far out there, man.
I know. I mean, there's guns everywhere, right?
I mean, you still have the legal right to own a gun. You just don't have the right to purchase a handgun until you get that paperwork. You can still own a gun.
I like how we're starting this with this, but
you can go buy a shotgun. You still have every legal right to own a gun. You just can't go purchase a handgun and carry it around town until you get that paperwork, which is going to be 30 days after that appointment.
It's fucking insane, I was just stupidly trying to like do applications for both. I know my teacher told me otherwise, or the proper ways to do everything, but when I start researching and panicking on things I need to download and bring in, it's just like,
well, and it sounds like
there is some paperwork I'm supposed to print and fill out
and bring down there, probably,
or mail.
Yeah, see, that's the thing I don't know about the mailing thing. I've never heard about it.
You'd have to go on their website.
I've never heard about that. That blows my mind. If they've made some sort of change,
I probably sound so ignorant. Like
either that or I do. Either that or I do. Because here's the thing: is like the appointment thing is because of COVID, and people were complaining, including myself, that I couldn't get a fucking appointment for 2 or 3 months. So maybe there's a way you can do certain things by mail now. I don't fucking know.
Well,
I don't understand. They need to make it easier, though, is what I'm really getting at. It's just too fucking difficult.
All I know is I'm trying to do it the right way, and yeah. I want to do it the right way. I'm not like, I don't need it tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm fine in the time being.
It's the election that's got me freaked out. That's what's got me freaked out, bro.
I'm trying to not panic about election hype and madness.
Did you watch the debates last night?
Hold on, before I go
Which will be
that,
2 nights ago for the listeners.
I was just going to say, tomorrow. Like, with all the madness, it's like, I want to be concealed and carried, not only because I was chasing, and half the people on Facebook do not believe me, that, like, I literally had some swear to God Nazi boy with Florida plates follow my grandma's neighbor, and I like practically, I didn't even chase him off the block. I was just like watching him, and then once he noticed I was there, he skidded off, and my grandma's neighbor was like, then she ran up to me and told me dude was following me for like at least a mile, and it's like she's got like, you know, like Democrat bumper stickers on their car. So it's like, I cannot 100% say this is some Nazi guy following my grandma's neighbor.
I know what you mean.
But it was to me, and that's if all signs point to yes, it's like Florida plates, big van, looks like a wannabe cop. It is just like, can't guarantee that, but I'm pretty fucking sure it was just, you know, riot starters.
Yeah, we had a lot of that shit, dude, during the riots here.
Everyone is scary. Everyone is stupid. I've almost been carjacked. I've been robbed at gunpoint. It's like, I want to take more martial arts class, work on my soft skills, speaking, using my brain before I have to like throw a fist or pull out some bear spray or pepper spray or my gun or whatever. Right. And it's just like, I'm trying to not buy into the madness, but at the same time, it's like I've always had like, you know, surreal visions at night of this shit happening. And it's like everyone kind of fantasizes a little bit about a, you know, dystopic future, movie related or not. Everyone has their own version of, you know, when the shit hits the fan and they want to be prepared for it. I've always wanted to be prepared for it, and like, so wasn't, like many people. It's like, I'm not going to be crazy, but literally if I won the lottery, you're goddamn right, I would have a nuclear fallout bunker shelter. It's like, I'm not like afraid of everybody, but I am afraid of the government. Because I know that the government is people and people are people.
Right.
And
like I said, did you see the debate last night?
Oh god. Because it doesn't. Let's get into that.
Because the point is it doesn't seem like, to tie into what you're saying, like you just said, the government is people. And it doesn't seem like whoever wins has any fucking idea how to actually fix anything. They both sound like idiots. The only thing I heard Joe Biden talking about was spending money, giving money to people. Like, oh, we got to get money to these people. We got to get money to these people. We got to get money to these people. And it's like, dude, just giving money away is not going to fix anything. Like, you have to have an actual plan other than just spending money randomly.
I think it's...
And then Trump is just a fucking clown.
Let's be real. I think that's part of his version of, like, his New World Order plan.
Sure.
They, in my opinion, foolish and stupid as it is, I view, no matter Republican, Democrat, our government is kind of like one thing, and it feels like they want to keep the poor, the stupid.
That's exactly what it is,
eradicate the middle class. Again, I'm a stupid person who can't prove this, but I love conspiracy theories. So this election caused, this debate caused even more fear. Dude, I'm sorry. You'll have to keep me you'll have to keep me on track. My brain wanders like crazy.
No, you're fine, dude. Because here's the thing:
I watched Joe Biden softly speak his version of the New World Order, and I watched Donald Trump yell his.
Right.
Neither of them, in my opinion, really said anything. Obviously, Joe Biden's gonna make a little more sense when he's talking.
Sort of.
Let's be honest. I'm a Donald Trump type person. I'm not like evil,
right?
But like, I'll take information and get excited about it and be like, tell you, oh God, this is what I learned. But I'll like misinterpret half of what I'm saying to you,
right?
Because I'm excited about it, or positive or negative, and I don't want to be that, and I don't want to see world leaders do that,
right?
I watched Biden be a soft little ball bag and Trump just be Trump again. And it's like, I am convinced he's going to win again. You know how many people don't give a shit about the fact that he won't denounce him and he's telling Proud Boys to stand by is just like, it's comically ridiculous to me. And I don't know how to take it seriously.
Like, why would you, like, what?
It's like, I literally see these people on my grandma's block. They're in my fucking essay that I go to with their little like Iron Eagle chest shit that they think I don't see. And like,
it's weird, man.
I'm not going to like take violent steps towards any person, but it's like,
dude,
they're mixing the pot, and I'm ready to defend myself towards every lunatic out there
That's why I can't vote for Donald Trump. I can't vote for Joe Biden either. I got to vote third party, or I got to fucking vote down ticket.
I would never, ever, ever consider voting for Donald Trump. Right now, I don't know who I'm going to vote for. I want to vote third party, but I've kind of given up caring about things because of what I see, and I view it as like they want Donald Trump to win almost. It's like, why are you putting up Biden?
Here, keep this a little closer to
you. If you don't want Donald Trump to win, why are you putting up Joe Biden?
Right. You're asking to lose.
If
like
America wants a wrestling match, you have to put up a better fucking wrestler.
And if you notice,
a better a better talker, a better shit talker.
And the main part of their campaign is just talking about how bad Donald Trump is. And it's like, you already lost 2016 by doing that. Like, you guys got to fucking really come up with like a coherent plan and a great candidate, because Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden just aren't going to do it. And like, you had 4 years to figure this out. 4 fucking years to figure this out. And you had a great candidate staring you in the face in Tulsi Gabbard, and they just like pushed her off to the side.
And then people pointed out things that I don't like, and then I was just like, much like all my other candidates, I'm just like, damn it.
Like what? What's some of the shit that you didn't like about her? Because I've nobody's ever been able to actually point anything out that really bugs me.
I don't want to like, well, I guess she had like some, and I'm not saying she can't change her mind and grow up.
Sure.
Like she has said things, and we'd have to like I can't tell you exactly what she said, but there's been like anti LGBTQ talk that was pointed out to me, and I like quickly looked at it and then just gave up. I was like, okay, I don't have time to research 10 sites to know if it's true or
no,
not.
It was true.
I watched part of her thing on Joe Rogan, and I was excited.
She just changed her stance on it,
I was like,
it's as simple as that. I mean, it's right. She did say that at one point in time.
I think everyone can change their opinion based on facts and evidence brought to them, unless they're a narcissistic megalomaniac or just thick-headed moron. I don't know. It's like, I feel like I'm the dumbest person alive, and then like I see all these people dumber than me, and I don't know how to feel about it.
Right.
And I don't know what to say. And calling people names is not helpful, and it doesn't help me. It doesn't help them, and it's just spreading hate.
Sure. Absolutely, man.
Sorry. Don't mean to cut you off.
And the thing is about Tulsi Gabbard is she did say that. She did believe that. She was raised in a very conservative, very strictly religious upbringing. And then she changed her mind eventually. She changed her stance on that. And yeah, some people won't let that go. And I guess, that's their decision. But, those same people were willing to vote for Hillary Clinton, who was against gay marriage all the way up until 2013. Right. So, like, how are you going to give one woman a pass who was anti-LGBTQ,
but
all that shit, up until 2013, but not another one who changed their tune on that in, like, 2012 or 2011?
And then,
like, if I remember right,
served
and feel free to eat me up,
Tulsi
guys, if I'm wrong.
In the military, so I'm like, okay.
Hold on. Eat me up in the comments if I'm wrong on this, but I believe Tulsi changed her position on the gay rights in 2011 or 2012, I believe, which is actually a year before Hillary Clinton did, because Hillary Clinton, it was 2013. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay. No, I don't.
Because I'm quoting that from the dome, so if I'm wrong on that, feel free to correct me, guys. But I believe, my point is
please correct me.
How are you going to give Hillary a pass and not Tulsi a pass, especially if Tulsi did it before that?
Right.
If Tulsi was first on changing her stance, then, I mean, come on, dude. Like, we all, like you said, people have a right to change their mind, and it's like,
I try and do that on social media too when I'm arguing with my friends. It's like, even if I get schooled, I'll like their comment. I like being schooled. I'm dumb. I'm like a dropout who like drug addict who like didn't grow up till I was fucking 36. It's like, I like being told intelligent things by people who are smarter than me, and I'm willing to learn and grow because I don't know, it's hard to as an adult. So
but it's also easy to get in that mindset when you're a musician, because we have the ability to meet so many people, and whether you want to be exposed to new ideas and new ways of thinking or not, naturally being a musician, unless you're like a singer-songwriter and all you do is play an acoustic guitar, and you go up and perform coffee shop shows, then you might not relate to this, right? But if you're a performing musician in like a band scenario, it's inevitable. And I think that's why so many musicians, believe it or not, are extremely liberal. They're extremely liberal because once you're exposed to enough new ways of thinking, it's almost inevitable that you become somewhat liberal. Even the super conservative ones, believe it or not, are extremely liberal because they want the government to just get out of your personal life. You know what I mean? So it's like, if you're pro-life or pro-guns, you're immediately conservative in this world, right? So like, people would go, "No, Jared, Jared, you're super conservative because you're such a avid, 2A guy and like blah 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 blah." And I'm like, that's the only thing. That's the only thing you can say I'm conservative on. Everything else I'm liberal on.
Right.
Because I believe in small government and in preserving individual civil liberties.
I've noticed too, like I was just saying, you've done the same. You've been like, oh, okay, well, and kind of like shaped or changed your thoughts and opinions based on fact, and like, I don't know, you're realistic. I've seen you defend things that aren't popular, which I have to give you credit for. There's a lot of people who will, let's just say Trump, for instance. Sometimes he is telling the truth, and sometimes he does sign off on a bill, whether he posed it or not.
Right.
A good thing happened on his watch.
Right.
It's not necessarily credit due to Trump, but you can't be like if somebody else did it, and like they would give credit to that person.
Right.
And Trump, Trump is like the worst example because
I
he's
know what
like
you
the
mean, though,
worst president of all time.
But I think is what
I
you're
should
saying
almost
is,
go with George Bush.
But I think is what you're saying is
but then I can't because I'm like conspiracy guy and 9/11.
No. Hear me out. I think is what you're trying to say is this: good or bad, Trump gets either too much or not enough credit.
Right. They either suck his dick or just shit on him.
Right. Exactly. So, like, if it's
at least it seems that way.
If it's bad, if it's a bad thing, Trump gets 100% of the blame, whether it's his fault or not. If it's a good thing,
right?
That would have happened anyways. What, he shouldn't get any credit for that. When it comes to criticism of him, you know what I mean? Just because people don't like him, and it's like, here's the thing, dude. Is like, there's a lot of shit that he's done that I can't stand, and there's a few things he's done that I actually am kind of for. And like here's one great example of what you're talking about. So when he shut down travel to China and then to the UK, people called him xenophobic, and they said he was acting irrationally, and it was a knee-jerk reaction, and it was driven by racism and paranoia. Within 60 days, the same people, and I'm talking about Biden, Pelosi, and the DNC, within 60 days, those same people completely did a 180 and said he didn't act fast enough. And it's like, which one is it, man?
Right.
Which one is it? Because you got a half dozen and 6 in the other.
See, this is more.
And it's like, what are you talking about right now? Which one is it? Like, and people are going, well, he should have done more. He can't. Legally, the president can't do anything about this pandemic. He can't shut down the country. He didn't shut down the economy. The governors in each state shut down their economies locally. That's why certain states are open and certain states are closed.
I mean, dude, when I watch it and I try and look at it like with an overhead perspective, I feel like they both want this.
I'm gonna grab a Mountain Dew. Keep going. I can hear you. I'm right here.
I can't help but I don't know. I feel like they want him there. If they're gonna 180, I noticed a lot of talk today was, or at least a good deal of it was Biden's hypocritical answers. Like he'd say one thing and kind of then go the other way, sort of. But I'm like, they kind of both do that. And it's like, I want to go back to this. I feel like politicians put on the ultimate show of human hypocrisy. They will 100% take credit when it seems positive, and then 100% not take credit when it's negative.
100%. 100%.
I want to give up, but like you can't. It's like that's like the most American thing you can do is care.
Right.
Get involved. Donate some time. If you're smart enough and people like you and believe in your ideas and you're good at bringing people together, I say go ahead and run. Local is the most important thing, obviously.
You're talking about like politicians and affecting change, like run for office, like vote local.
I believe in. I mean, the conspiracy half of me is like, all elections are rigged and it doesn't matter. But then the realistic side of me is like, no, you have to vote, and you have to vote with your beliefs, and you have to vote with who you think the best person is. A lot of people will tell you a vote for a third person is a wasted vote, or my favorite is it's actually a vote for insert their bad guy. You know what I mean? Like if they're a Trump supporter and I tell them I'm voting third party, they'll say, well, that's just a vote for Biden. And then Biden supporters tell me the exact same fucking thing. It's like, if I wanted to vote for Joe Jorgensen, basically almost everyone will tell me it's a vote for the other person. And I'm like, look, I'm a dropout, but that's not how math works.
Correct.
It's not like that a vote for it. Yes, it's a wasted vote is a more valid argument because it really is, and the system is designed for two people. And
hold on though,
or has become designed.
Hold on though,
to shit on independents and thirds.
Hold on though,
Hell yeah! Look at Bernie Sanders.
Hear me out. People say it's a wasted vote and it's a vote for the other guy. So I was specifically told in 2016 a vote for Gary Johnson is a vote for Donald Trump. And I was also told,
which makes no sense.
And I was also told that it's a wasted vote.
Right.
Now,
which is it?
Technically, the second one is closer to the truth, and I'll tell you why.
That's what I'm saying.
And I'll tell you why. But still not a wasted vote. And one thing is for certain, it is not a vote for Trump or for Biden, and here's why. Number one, that's not how math works.
Right.
Number two, it's a vote for who it is. You're voting for that person.
Exactly.
That's number three,
if it's not rigged, that's who I'm voting for.
And number three, if you live in a state like Minnesota, it went blue anyways. The whole state, my vote went to Hillary Clinton regardless of whether I voted for Trump or for Gary Johnson. The state went to Hillary Clinton. That's
we all knew it was gonna.
Right, but my point is it's not a wasted vote because here's another thing. If you want to make a third party legitimate, you need is what you're really going for is something like 3 to 10% of the votes. Because then you're legitimized by the system, you're allowed into the debates, and then I think when you get 10% of the vote or something like that, then you get federal funding for the next election. So now you can start competing on a monetary level, right? So when they convince you it's a wasted vote, that's all that is. It may be a wasted vote if your only goal is to win the presidential election. It is not a wasted vote if you look at it no, we're building a new party.
That's
and
my
we're building
view.
Something over time. So I voted third party in 2016, and I'm going to vote third party again, libertarian, in 2020 for Joe Jorgensen. People give me shit about that too. Well, dude, Jared, you said she's an anarchist. Yeah. She is. She wants to defund the public schools. She wants to defund the healthcare. She wants to defund everything. But guess what? None of that shit will ever happen. That's why I'm voting for her. Because the best possible fucking outcome for this country from 2021 to 2024 is nothing. Nothing happens. We get a stalemate president in there that gets nothing fucking done. Literally,
I guess that's subject to opinion, but
Gerald Ford. We need a Gerald Ford right now. A beige president. We need this motherfucker to just be beige. Boring.
Okay.
Don't do anything radical. The DNC wants to go too far to the left. The Republicans want to go too far to the fucking right. It's too divisive right now. We need 4 years of just calmness so we can get our shit back together, so we can fix the economy, and then we can start figuring out what the fuck is going on. That's why I'm going to vote for a Joe Jorgensen, because I understand what I just said will never happen. We are not getting Joe Jorgensen in the White House, but if we can get her 3% of the vote, if we can get her 10% of the vote, she doesn't need to win. Is what she does need to do is, again, try to gain funding and gain legitimacy for the party. So in 2024, we have a slightly more realistic shot. 2028, 2032. The problem is,
I understand,
the party.
And
the Libertarian Party is
third
the problem.
Party every election since Obama's first term. I did vote for Obama the first time.
Me too. And then I
I'm
didn't
third
vote.
party. It was Johnson, Stein for me.
So,
I think that was
no, it wasn't. That wasn't the ticket.
No. I just mean far as in order of my votes. I flipped the coin and went with Stein on the last one. The Aleppo moment.
Yeah,
but here's the tough. But it's come on, motherfuckers.
That's not his job.
None of you know what the fucking capital of half of any other country in the world.
Dude, not only that, but even when you're campaigning, he was still governing his state. His state is a border state to Mexico. He knows nothing about what's going on in the Middle East. He's not briefed on it as a governor. He's not fucking... And you know what I mean? None of those things are even reasonable.
He's America focused, not universally
and
focused.
His international policy is going to be dealing with Mexico because he's a border state, right? So he's dealing with border control. He's dealing with Homeland Security. He's dealing with all kinds of shit that's going on, including different drug cartels and smuggling and shit through his state.
See, I think we need somebody like that as a...
That's what your president is.
He should be like vice president material, maybe.
Who, Gary Johnson?
Yeah.
But here's the thing, man. The office of governor is the closest thing to president. Not senator, not fucking, not representative.
I was talking about this a little more on social media with people. The more I think about it, the more I am into the plate. What is it called? Placed ballot or like
ranked voting.
Ranked voting. I think that's a good idea, honestly, because like there are times when I'm in there and I just want to start like throwing my little polling desk across the room because I'm like torn on who I really want to vote for based on my beliefs versus reality.
Right.
It's like I want to promote feminism, especially in other countries where they're incredibly repressed.
Right.
I know women are repressed everywhere, but like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So let's promote feminism there.
Right.
But I don't always necessarily agree with their views, so I'm like torn between reality and beliefs, which is why I don't know who the fuck I'm voting for yet, and I'm angry about it. It's like clearly I'm not voting for Donald Trump.
Right.
Let's talk about this radical left conversation. It's not the fucking radical left. It's a goddamn prison system creator and a guy who's been in politics forever and a cop who has like been accused of and I don't have facts on me.
You do have people
an evidence suppressing cop, supposedly. It's like that does not sound like the radical left. That sounds like
here's what the radical left
to me.
Is what radical left is it is in fact people like AOC and Ilhan Omar.
I know, but that's not Biden and it's not Harris. And it's ridiculous to me that anyone would buy into that.
Really?
Really.
So you don't think that the president listens to the senators and the representatives? Those are the ones that actually fucking...
Well, which president are we talking about?
All of them. Standard
president. Of course they do. But...
So you just suddenly think that
everyone is different at the same time. There is no way Sanders and Biden or Sanders and Clinton are alike. There's a reason he is not their front runner. He does not fall into their... But we're not talking about
Sanders. We're talking about Biden. And here's the other thing.
But people, they want to say Sanders and AOC and Ilhan Omar are the radical left. And it's like, but then they're trying to throw in Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden into that. It's like, they're not the radical left. They're just the Democrats.
Which most of the party is pretty far left. So you have a few of the old, which is why people hate Biden, because he's not left enough.
This is what I'm saying.
The left doesn't even like Biden because he's not left enough. So
okay,
if he wants to
this is what I'm
here's
saying.
My point though, if he wants to maintain favor with his own party, he has to give in to the AOCs and the Ilhan Omars. And what I'm specifically getting at is they want to destroy and literally break down capitalism and democracy, because they say democracy and capitalism are inherently racist in their nature, and that's why America sucks. It's like when you say that kind of shit, dude, you sound not you, but these people. When you say those kind of things, you sound like the radical left, right? And then here's the thing: is when that's what the party is going towards, they're talking about universal basic income. They're talking about very leftist ideas. When that's where the party is going, and Joe Biden, a fucking simp, is going to sit there. Don't act like he's Donald Trump and he's going to dictate and change the party in 4 years like Trump did. That's not what's going to happen. No. And people are also saying, well, I'm not actually voting for Biden. I'm voting for his cabinet. Really? Really? So you're voting for people you can't even hold accountable? You're voting for people that aren't even in the office because you're saying you just voting for Biden because you believe he's easy to control? That's what you want out of your president? Are we insane? What are we talking about right now?
I can see how it would be completely taken that way.
So then you got Kamala Harris as vice president. Maybe he picks AOC as his fucking secretary of the interior, Ilhan Omar as secretary of state. You see what I'm saying? Like all of a sudden, boom, that's his cabinet. Now his cabinet is extremely far left.
Here's what I think.
So he doesn't seem like somebody who actually has the fucking spine to stand up and do what's right. He passes the fucking 94 crime bill and then blames Trump for all the fucking police oppression and racism. It's like, no, dude, that's literally your fault.
I guess that goes back to me feeling how he's kind of a soft little ball bag during the debate.
Because he knows. I'm surprised they even let him debate.
Everybody in the world, this is just my ignorant opinion. So,
it's all good, dude. We're both idiots.
You can please come at me and correct me.
We're musicians. We're morons.
Musician.
If you guys actually hold us to this, like we're fucking actual political experts, or fucking dude, fuck off. It's a podcast. We're both asshole musicians.
Here's what I think.
We don't know what we're talking about.
Their job is to sell a talking point to what's popular in the party right now. So if selling the radical left ideals on as talking points in debates and what have you, I think it's just that. I don't think they're actually going. I mean, he said he's not going to defund the police. It's like,
right.
He says he's going to do the things that are the right thing to do in realistic opinions. Like, let's be real. If you wanted better police, we need more training, psychological evaluations, the whole 9 yards, and that costs a lot of money. Like, I'm not fond of cops, but like, I don't hate the police, and I'm trying to be a realistic adult about everything. It's like, they're people. And people are mostly shitty,
right?
In my opinion,
100%.
And if you give shitty people power, they do shitty things.
Absolutely. And here's the perfect example. You need to go no further on this point than the Stanford Prison Experiment. If people don't know what we're talking about, look it up. It's called the Stanford Prison Experiment. Forrest Whitaker, Adrian Brody, they made a movie about it called The Experiment. There's documentaries about it. Like, look no further. You need to understand how easily corrupted people are when they're given power,
right?
And they aren't held accountable for their actions. See, it's not what people do when there's people watching. It's what people do when they're alone or they don't think they can be held accountable. So I'm with you, man. I'm with you, man. And it's
literally everybody. Cops, your neighbors, your best friends. Let's be honest. It's us. It's everybody.
Yep. It is the human condition, dude.
I'm going to trickle music in before I finish politics. I write a lot of songs about hypocrisy.
Dude, we could just get off politics, dude. We don't have to sit
it's like, politics.
Do you write music? Do you write music about politics?
Yeah, but I also recognize my ignorance, so a lot of it becomes generic and stale to me. Or it becomes more like personal, emotional feelings based on things that are happening.
Why don't you just write about political conspiracies? You know?
I do, but
the
I'm
Republican
kind of vague
corruption
about
after
it.
9/11, you know? Like, you could write about that.
I did.
That's pretty easy to do.
But I was vague and I didn't name names. For
you should be
I guess
vague.
A couple of reasons. And actually, I got to give it up to Ethereal Rose right now for this is one of her kind of rules to live by is like I'm trying not to date myself in politics. Like if I make a bunch of references that are like 20 years old and I don't fucking release that song for 20 years, it's like I don't know if that hurts me, and maybe I was totally wrong. But I will recognize what is the obvious corrupt thing in front of my eyes, regardless of the party. But I try not to name names so much. I don't know. It's like maybe it's out of fear.
What are you so afraid
Maybe
about?
it's out of
What are you afraid about?
Being dumb, maybe. I don't know. I know. I think I'm dumb, and I'm trying to be super clear that like I have opinions, and a lot of it is just based off of life experience. With fake news being a very real thing, it's like, how do I back anything I say anymore? How?
Right. Like I know you
anything I say, the words will get twisted.
Right.
It's like we just talked about cops. My uncle was a cop. All right.
Right. Was your uncle a
I'm not
Minneapolis
gonna say.
cop?
I'm not going to say.
Was your uncle a Minneapolis cop?
Yeah, park police actually.
Oh. Well,
but I do remember.
they're all right.
And I was young, but I do remember having him have conversations about people he's working with, or like whoever his ride-along partner was at that moment was like,
biggest criminals on the planet are
not
cops
cool.
and politicians.
And it's
man.
like when you bring things up to your superior officers, it often fell on deaf ears. Or I've been told I've seen a little bit of stuff. You go look at websites of like complaints on other officers made by officers, and it's like the list is pages long. It's like with anywhere else. The office complaint department is just like the complaints are a million miles long. So
right.
It's like,
yeah,
I'm trying to watch what I say as well as also not watch what I say, because it's cool and fun just bullshitting.
Well, and at the same time,
there's comedians who say it's a lost art, and it's fun.
Well,
and bullshit.
And here's the thing, dude, is at the same time, the reality is this. Like, you're not going to be held, like, to some standard. Like, dude, no one's watching this, first of all. Number two, like, we're two assholes who are musicians talking about how we feel about these things. We're not fucking pundits. We're not, analysts.
Right.
We don't sit here and get paid to do this.
People shouldn't take my political opinion as...
But and stop thinking that way, because the reality of what is more likely to happen is people are going to find you more relatable, and they're going to go, oh, that dude feels like I feel, because I'm also super confused. Like, I don't even know what's real anymore. Every time I think this guy did this, then another thing says, no, that's not true. That's false news. And then this guy's like, no, it's not. Here's the documents to prove it. And then somebody else is like, those are bullshit. Those are convenient that you had those. It's too confusing to keep up with.
It's like, so I don't know anymore.
Don't worry about being judged necessarily. Like, speak freely, dude.
Do we live in the simulation yet? It's
right.
Like,
I mean, and again,
if we are, then why can't I be getting...
Do you believe in the simulation theory?
I don't know. Am I supposed to be like a broke piece of shit?
Right.
If the simulation wanted to make us a little more happy and believed a lie, wouldn't I be like having a manager or like the keyboard player of my fucking dreams? So I kind of believe like,
what are you saying about your keyboard player?
I'm saying I don't have one is what I'm saying. It's like, I can't. What I'm saying is, here, okay, let's be fucking real. Let's talk music for fucking real. Sure. I am so happy with every member of my band. I've never been happier. Life's drama,
dude,
and keeping musicians around.
Hold on, slow down.
It's like so fucking hard. But like what I have is...
Let me press pause. Hold on.
Oh my God.
This is a great segue. Let me catch people up real quick.
Okay.
You are the lead singer and guitar player of Chad Erickson and the Untimely. And the reason that's significant is because Jen Dean has already been on the podcast. So if anybody's seen that podcast, this is the guy that Jen Dean is in a band with. His name is Chad Erickson, and the group is, I guess, technically the Untimely.
Yeah, the Untimely. Technically, right now, it's Chad
Erickson
and the Untimely, but I'm working towards like an official The Untimely type record release.
First things first, let me ask you this. What the fuck does that name even mean?
It's a little bit of seriousness and a little bit of fun irony.
Explain.
The seriousness. I'm older than I look. It's an untimely age, and and time in life to be successful or finally take off with what I'm doing. It also has sort of like it's sort of a reference to my old band name. We were very time and space and sort of like psychedelia and like lost. Like I'm totally lost. And what better place and more perfectly metaphorical place to be lost in is that in space and time.
Sure.
I don't know. I guess the jokey part is that I'm a little older than I look. We're all a little older than we are. Or that then would be like what mainstream media would even consider taking seriously at this point. It's like I don't know. It's like I look at my band as a bunch of adults and still able to be sex symbols and rock stars and kick ass.
You think you're a sex symbol?
I don't.
Did you just call yourself a sex symbol?
No, but I have two of them in my band, right? And as the front man, I'm trying to be dead serious here. We can all laugh at me. I got to work out like at least an hour or two a day to attempt to like match, in a sellable way, their sex appeal and image and just look good. Who wants to watch a band of sloppy old fucking people? Nobody. They want to watch a tidal wave of awesomeness and inspiration. They want to be inspired. They don't want to go there, paid to be bored. No one wants to be bored.
I don't know if I buy this right now. I'm going to be honest with you, brother. I don't know if I
Mainstream media will tell you that there's like an age limit and they dog the shit out of women. They dog women.
Listen, man, I'm going to be blunt honest with you, brother. I think your mind is in the wrong spot.
It could be. I've been kind of negative.
Hear me out, dude. You need to hear this. This is important.
I need positivity.
And any other musicians that are listening to this, y'all need to listen to this too. You're too focused on what other people want and what other people think. That is a huge problem when you're trying to create art and content. You need to be focused on what you want.
I think it may seem that way, but I don't actually write anything publicly sellable or for them.
It doesn't matter. You're even talking about the image and the way people think about you and perceive you. You need to be yourself and be comfortable with your image, with what you're putting forward. And then your job is to market that and find like-minded people, because when you do that, you will find real fans. Right now, it sounds like whether you're talking about image or the way you think or the way you talk or the way people perceive you, it seems like you're more afraid to say something. Which I understand the time that we're in, it's really easy to offend people and upset people and alienate you. But think about that as an advantage as well, because authenticity is hard to find right now. So if you're trying to put together an image and a product, right, and you're worried about getting old and looking old, people can sense that and see that. Like, we're still animals. You know how they say dogs can smell fear?
Yeah.
Like that kind of shit. You know what I mean? Like, you need to be so confident in what you're doing and who you are that people see that and feel that and they feed off of that, because that's when they're going to turn around and be like, dude, you got to come see this band, The Untimely. Dude, this fucking guy is just because you're a bitchin' guitar player.
Well, dude. here was my positive twist. Where I was starting with. Didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're good, dude.
I'm just excited, kind of.
You're good, man.
Here's my positive twist. I think I have like the best fucking rock band in the goddamn city right now, possibly the Midwest with few exceptions, and I've never been happier. We're like, every one of us is super unique and different from the next person, and it's like this cool collective and family of weirdness, and like there are some people that come in and come out when they can because life is how life is, and like, you know, not everyone can devote all their time to just like playing music, and like and it's hard to maintain seriousness, but I've I've always been like proud of what I'm doing, but it's like, holy shit. I really feel like I have a super group right now, and I would love a manager because it's hard. I don't like being the bad guy, but I know I have to be the bad guy sometimes, and I hate giving fucking homework. I hate having a finalized opinion. But let's be real, I'm the one putting up all my fucking time and money to like
and it's,
make the shit happen, and it's like it's my project, but literally without them, I couldn't fucking do it. And I've never been happier. So it's like I wanna be like the best band leader and friend I can to these people while still like also being like an alpha, driving the band and getting shit done and getting them paid, which is fucking hard. And I need a team, and team building is also hard. There's a lot of flaky people, but there's also some super cool people. I'm like forcing my way into some communities that are filled with super cool people. I'm not going to like name names or anything right now, but I'm like, I try to be a positive person. I try and support everybody. I try and support the community, even if I like have like negative feelings that they're not reciprocating back. But in reality, life gets really fucking busy. But at any rate, I'm trying to make shit happen, and better at an untimely time than never. So better after later than never. If anyone knows that pun or joke.
That's an old local band.
Yeah,
Later.
After Later was my old band.
Oh, really?
That was the band I first met Jen Dean in.
Wait a minute. So After Later,
that was my band.
Hold on.
There's probably another one.
Hold on. I want to make sure I'm not thinking of something else. Did you end your name with a period?
No.
Okay, so I'm thinking of something else. I'm thinking of a different local band.
Maybe like the copyright symbol, even though we're full of shit, never paid.
No, there was another band with a band. Their name was like that. It was like that, and it was something like Ever After or After Never.
After Never. There's
some shit like that, and they had a period somewhere.
I always come up with the cool band name After. It's like I can never come up with it on time. It's like we used to be called Level. There's a million bands called Level, and then the last E and L is inverted. So it's like, what do you call that when?
Mirrored.
Like mirrored, or like is it a palindrome or something like that?
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, where it's like
the same forward as
mirrored.
Backwards.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, there's a million bands that did that. I couldn't come up with anything cooler. It ended up being After Later. That was the band that, 2000s till so did
you come so did the Untimely just come from that band? Is it just a retooling and a renaming of that old band?
Yep, retooling and a renaming. I never wanted to go solo or name the band Chad Erickson and whatever, but it was sort of like a necessity. If you want to be relevant, quit calling yourself a band name that's going to break up 3 months later, or like there's going to be a member change. Just like, it's like, fuck it, call it Chad. Beg for people to play for you, pay them, build my shit up, put out a fucking record, do it that way. So it's
Can
like,
I give you some advice?
Yeah, please. I'll take all the advice, but I feel like it was the right call, because
if you want,
I stayed relevant, and now I have what I needed.
So you've been talking about changing the name of this band now that you're like a full, real, normal band again. I highly advise against that. I would advise starting a second band with the same group and having a different name going with that. That way, if that band ever breaks up and you can't use that name anymore, you still have Chad Erickson and the Untimely. Because I've been talking about this for a long time with a lot of the people that have come on the podcast. One of the things that has fucked us as a local industry is, let's say you and I have a band called fucking,
whatever.
The Pen 15 guys, whatever, right? The Pen 15 guys. And the Pen 15 guys, that band breaks up. Now what do? your career's done, for at least for now. My career's done. Like, this band broke up and now everything just came to a screeching halt. But if you still have your other thing going on the side, Chad Erickson in the Untimely, and I still have my thing going on the side called the Rivalry, now when the Pen 15 guys break up, doesn't matter. Okay, that sucks. I loved being in that band. We created some killer tunes, but I can still book a gig next month with the Rivalry. I just got to fucking just hire some jobbers to learn the tunes, and my career is still moving forward. Well, then you and I could start another fucking band.
Sure.
Called the Vagina Boys.
Well,
you know what I mean? It doesn't matter.
Here's my thought.
You see what I'm saying, though?
Here was my...
keep your backup plan. It's almost like what our parents told us. You need a backup plan.
Right.
Well, we'll have a backup plan within the fucking music industry, bro.
Here's my thought on that.
Don't have your career lie
and it's kind of where I was going with this.
Band.
I wouldn't...
Is that your phone? Oh, amateur. You left your phone on? Amateur. How dare you, Chad?
Restricted calls.
How dare you, Mr. Erickson?
You owe us money. Do you want to vote for candidate blah, blah, blah?
How dare you?
Here's where I was going with that. Okay. I would have a band meeting and talk about this, but my plan is always keep Chad Erickson and the Untimely. That is sort of a financial decision. It's like so I can keep putting out solo records, but I now have this super group of talent.
Then just break it off.
And it's like,
then just break it off, dude. Just call this the Untimely,
check
and
it
then
out.
you have Chad Erickson on the side.
Check it out. Well, yeah, that's sort of where I'm going, but it's like I have 2 other singers now who are awesome. I don't need to sing every fucking song on the album.
Singers?
Well, the bass player sings, Sam, and Ethereal is also a singer in the band. So it's
they're singers in the band, or you have 3 lead vocalists.
It's sort of like I'm the lead vocalist, and they're the backup singers. But the direction we're sort of going is he's also got Sam has a song that he's introduced to the band and we started playing live. He is the lead vocalist on that song. There are bands that do this. They'll have the other, not the lead vocalist sing lead vocals on a track or 2, right? But I also have Ethereal, and she's like, it sort of started out like, oh, we do this duet, and then it became like, oh, we're gonna keep her on a few songs, and then it's more like, and then I'm like, fuck that, I want you to be like my backup singer, but you're more than a backup singer because she'll also sing along during the verse sometimes, kind of like the only way I can think of this is like a rap backup, like she'll end my lines with me sometimes, and it's like super cool, and then during like the pre-chorus and chorus, there'll be like 2 and 3 part fucking harmonies now. So it's like Ethereal alone should be a star. And I got her in my band as a little more than the backup singer. But so my goal is to have them step up a little more and we become a little more like the fucking Beatles, where it's like we're all singing. Every other track might be a different singer. Call that the Untimely, and the albums that's just like fucking me singing every song, we'll just call those Chad Erickson and the Untimely songs. Like I'd probably own the rights and pay for all the website shit myself, but like I want to give respect where respect is due, and if I'm not the lead singer on every song, I want to be cool and like have the super group be recognized as the super group it is. Maybe it's a stupid business decision, but that was just my thought.
I don't know that it's a stupid business decision. I'm saying you should have 2 different plans. That's what I'm getting at. It's
like Dinosaur Jr. versus J Mascis solo, where it's like sometimes it's just only part of Dinosaur Jr. and it's like
no, dude, is what I'm saying. So let's say
maybe that's a terrible example.
So you just got done talking about Ethereal. She should be a star. Yeah. Okay, so fine. So you give this band its due. It becomes a full thing, and then she gets discovered and leaves and does her own thing. Now the identity of your band is forever changed because you lost one of your main members. It'd be like fucking, you see what I'm saying? It's like if John Lennon leaves the Beatles, now you're fucked, right? Now that band is done. You either have to rename it, try to replace her. Maybe you don't get the same traction. Happens all the time.
But wouldn't everybody
so you need a separate group as a backup plan, dude? Like that's what I'm trying to get at. So right now you kind of have that solo project you've been itching to fucking do for so long, but you want to do something with these guys. Like instead of trying to switch everything up and try to figure out a way to make everything perfect for everyone, just start a second band with these
isn't
guys.
The answer just as easy as dropping the Chad Erickson part?
If you want to call that group the Untimely, fine, but you need to
everyone would still know I'm in it.
You need to still keep going with your own side project because again,
I will.
Because
that will never stop.
Right, and then just call that Chad Erickson. Don't call it Chad Erickson and the Untimely because that's too on the nose with this other project. Make them two separate projects. So if one breaks up, the other one has its own identity and continue to move forward. And you could just go solo.
Consideration, and
you could just go
I need
solo.
To have band meetings about this shit too, because like they're probably gonna, they're probably like listening to me right now, going, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Actually, I bet you Jen Dean's going. That actually makes a ton of sense. If you want to start a band with us like that, then we can call that whatever we want. The Untimely, the fucking the fluffy puffballs. Who gives a fuck what the name is? Just pick a name, right? I mean, make sure it's cool, but that could be anything.
I guess
right now is what I'm saying is you've been going so hard to make Chad Erickson and the Untimely this thing. I'm saying don't just now drop that because you have good musicians jamming with you. That would be foolhardy. You don't just shift gears and pick a new path because you picked up some new people along the way. Like keep this mission going for as long as it can go and just go, hey, do you guys want to start another project? And then maybe that even has a completely different sound because these members are now fully vested and it's no longer your vision they're trying to help realize. You're realizing your own vision as a group. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's what you do.
Does.
I'm telling you, dude, that's what you do.
You know, I love
other
you,
man.
People.
I wouldn't be telling you this so passionately if I wasn't 100% sure that this is the way to go.
I'm not against getting informed and having good advice told to me. It all makes sense. They probably
and
might
here's
not
the thing
care.
They should all also have their own solo projects. And
they
Jen
might.
Dean does, because Jen Dean's got
the
Wolverines, which is kind of her deal. It always kind of has been, right? Then she's got a gig with Harsh Reality. So if the Untimely breaks up...
Harsh isn't really playing right now.
Doesn't matter. You get my point is this. If the Untimely breaks up, her music career does not come grinding to a halt. You see what I'm saying? She's got other things going on. When Ethereal, if she really is this good, then she needs to be going and doing her own thing on the side as well.
She does.
Right. And so does your keyboard player when you get a new one.
You might not know her,
but
guitar
player.
She's got a fan base.
Everybody should have another gig going. So when if this band breaks up.
I actually agree.
We can all keep making music because here's my point. This is why our industry sucks. This is why you can't draw anymore, because the bands that could draw, when they broke up, half the band members never have been seen from again. I was thinking about this. I was talking to Pojo last night on the podcast, and I realized, I was thinking through my head, out of the very first band I was in, me and one other motherfucker are still doing music.
Yeah.
Out of the second band I was in, me and one other motherfucker are still doing music, right? Yeah. Check this out. Out of the third band I was in, technically, I'm the only one still doing music. They're all still sort of doing shit, but it's like part-time, super part-time. Like maybe they do one show a year. It's purely local.
And you can't hate on anyone.
My fourth band
for doing that.
My fourth band, I'm the only one still doing music. You see what I'm saying? So when each band breaks up, all those people that related to, let's say we got the Pen 15 guys. We got this great band, right? We're headlining First Avenue. We got 15 hundo showing up. Some people love our band because they're fans of me and they relate to me on whatever instrument I'm playing, bass, right? Some people are fans of you and they identify with you because you're the drummer in this band. And then other people like the vocalist, and some people are into our guitar players, right? Follow me so far?
Yeah.
The band breaks up. And now, if none of us immediately play out, 1,500 fans have no one to go to. watch and keep going to, right?
Yep.
Then all of a sudden that happens with 5 bands in a row within 1 calendar year. Now,
and then they'll stop going out in general
or to support anyone else. See.
No, plus their life routine, you get used to not going out to the club.
Not only that, but then the club shut down because you're not drawing anymore because there's no more good bands, and then there's less venues, so it's this cyclical thing, right? So we gotta make sure that when one band breaks up, the guys who want to keep doing music can immediately get out there and keep going, because that's how new bands get together. That's how new fans show up. It's like, oh, I didn't even know about this old band. I seen this guy at this club, blah 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 blah. He opened for so and so. And you know what? If you're not a singer, let's say you're a great bass player and you're like, dude, I could never front a band. Fine. Start a Primus.
Don't matter.
Start a Primus.
Just start anything.
Like you can start an instrumental band. You don't have to have a singer.
Everybody should have 2 projects. I've been trying to get a second project going for a long time, or a second project again going for a very long time. A lot of people don't know this. There are some who do. It will shock them. I'm super into like R&B and what I would say like roller skating funk. A lot of the classic shit you would that would come to mind immediately. Yeah, I'm into that. But I'm also into like the nerd side into me is like super into like Cameo. Like I watch Cameo videos. They're fucking hilarious.
Really?
And I love the music. I jam along to their fucking tunes and just like, you can fucking just guitar solo all day over that shit.
That's hilarious, dude.
Their older stuff is less comical. But it all fucking bangs. I want to do like, I haven't even told everyone about this, and they're probably going to steal my concept, so all you fucking concept stealing biters out there can suck my cock. I want to do okay, I love my band. I want to do R&B shit, and maybe we can get there enough to do a set where we're doing like roller skating style rock or funk. Like I have a list of bullshit that's my favorites when I go to the roller garden. When I get to go to the roller garden, like clown me if you will, but I think Amy Grant's Baby Baby is fucking amazing. And if it was performed by the right group with ethereal singing, people would fucking be like, oh shit. You know the song Juicy Fruit?
I think
boop. Yeah. Biggie Smalls made it, you know, famous for everyone. But I love this female singer R&B, like it's like sad sounding, but it's about happy shit music. Fucking love it. Keys. I wish I could play keys. I love it so much, I should just quit guitar and playing it, but that would be like the dumbest decision of all time, right?
Dude, that's one of the sneaky things I want to do too, man. I want to really, seriously, I've always wanted to learn how to play piano. Like, and not just like
so
classical
powerful.
piano. I want to learn how to play like fucking like rock and roll piano. Like that's my favorite shit, that bluesy, upbeat rock and roll style piano. Fucking like Great Balls of Fire. Fucking you know, that kind of shit. You know what I mean?
Who are some of your favorite keyboard players in rock? Because we're rock dudes. I'm not going to pretend I'm anything other than a fucking rock and metal dude or whatever.
Well, I'm about to lose some subscribers. I fucking hate keyboards in rock music.
Sure.
I like piano in rock music.
Yeah, when I say keyboards, I mean associated with a fucking keyboard. It could be any sound. I mean, piano. But I'm being
dead serious. Like the synth idea, like keyboards,
organs,
like,
and
hate all of it.
Really
hate it. Fucking hate it.
Really.
But I do like piano and rock and roll. So like Foxy Shazam, amazing. I love Elton John. Huge Elton John fan.
Yeah.
Like I said, what's his name? I just mentioned his song. Great Balls of Fire, dude. Oh fuck,
Jerry Lee Lewis.
Yeah, Jerry Lee Lewis.
Gross, man. Good piano player.
That's what I like. I like the upbeat, like fucking cool shit. I also like the like low-key pretty shit, you know, like fucking yeah, I just, dude, I don't know. I don't fucking like keyboards in rock and roll.
See,
or metal.
I was like,
I hate keyboards in metal.
What about Opeth?
Nope. Really? Dude, here's the thing is like every
was
band
like
I've been
giving
in,
me boners and stuff.
every band I've been in that was a metal band, and somebody was like, dude, we should add a keyboard player. I literally, with zero hesitation, said, I will quit this fucking band. I will quit this fucking band if we get a goddamn keyboard player. I'm out.
I've wanted it since high school. I was trying to get my like Rayman's Eric
But you're not a metal band, so it can work. You know what I mean?
Even like, in a metal band, like just I'm always just like, just play the fucking you know, that big fucking low end notes on that fucking Wurlitzer, like those big rock, scary, a little bit distorted organs like Deep Purple.
Yeah, when you start getting into the classic rock shit, that's a little bit of a different story.
This is where I'm going. Like,
that's a little bit of a different story because they were going psychedelic, like Pink Floyd, that kind of shit.
I was obsessed with the Black Crowes forever.
See, but again, that's
a lot of that was their,
but that's their piano sound.
And piano.
That's that piano sound in the rock. See, when we talk about rock, I'm okay with it. It's when it transfers into, it's when it transfers into metal that I hate it.
Okay.
Like, and when I say keyboards, I mean like synth keyboards where they try to like pretend it's a string section or like, you know, fuck, it's so hard to explain.
I sort of agree with you there, with few exception. Faith No More is probably the only band that I'm like super into that does shitloads of synth sound, but like for some reason they just like it works for me.
Yeah, that's true. And there's everything I say when I make these statements, there's always exceptions to the rule. That's the other thing is like, dude, I have a lot of these conversations. There's
always an exception.
We're already on podcast number 27, and I'm sure I say shit all the time where people are like, that's fucking crazy. What about this band? And I'll probably be like, you know what? You're right. I forgot about those guys. So when I say these things, it's not like my religion. You know what I mean? There's always going to be an exception for the rule. There will be a band. There's probably a metal band I'm forgetting about that I secretly love and forgot about it. And they got a keyboard player and somebody would be like, well, you like these guys? I'd be like, shit, you're right. They made it through.
I like it when it's
the lone sperm cell.
Dark and creepy in a metal setting. Forgive me if I sound like a poser, but when I saw Opeth and like Moonspell open for them, I think they had some like dark psychedelic keyboards, and I thought it brought some cool shit to their show and sound. And I will always think a little bit of key will fill up the sound and like make it bigger, but like there's a right and a wrong way to do everything, but it's usually opinion based.
Well, and that's true too, because bottom line is like very few bands I've ever seen do it correctly. You know what I mean? Like it's just like it's like a bad bass player. It's like a bad bass player.
He's got keyboards in like fucking everything, right?
Yeah,
you can barely tell it's there sometimes,
but a lot of it I don't like as well. Like Devin Townsend's absurd. Like he's got certain shit that I fucking love, and then he's got other shit where I'm like, turn that off.
Right.
Like, oh, dude, so check this out.
Like what?
So the other night, it's my birthday party. Someone drops off a gift, and
happy birthday.
I'm like, I'm stumbling. In other words, you know what I mean? You know what I'm trying to get at here?
Yeah.
And my friend keeps putting Korn on the Bluetooth, and I'm like, no, stop putting Korn on. I don't want to listen to Korn right now. I was like, I'm vibing. I want to listen to reggae. Turn on reggae. Yeah. And so I'd get like some sort of thing that was like reggae, and then the next song would be a Korn song, and I was like, fucking, I do not want to fucking listen to this shit right now. And they're like, really? We love this. This is such great music. And I was like, not right fucking now. It's not.
Right.
Like, get that shit off. Like, this is not my vibe right now. So, in where I was going with this is like, the keyboard players and a lot of those synth effects and the way things are done, it's like a bad bass player, dude. Like a really bad bass player who doesn't know when to stand out, doesn't know when to play in the pocket, doesn't know when to just fucking link up with the root notes, doesn't know when to do an extra little scale. Like just a bad bass player. Like somebody who literally wasn't even a very good guitar player and kind of got demoted to bass, right? So they're just kind of like trying to hold it together. And it's like
they're playing what they think is bass because they don't think like a bass player.
Exactly. And then you get a guy who is a real bass player and he plays in a way that you would never think of as a guitar player, like literally how their hands move, where they how they jump from note to note, the way they use their fingers back and forth, the way they sync up with the drums differently, and they think about your guitar scales differently and your chords and shit and how they do things. And suddenly then it gives you new life to your music. But when done improperly, it just sucks. You know what I mean? Like same thing, like a bad lead guitar player. Guys that like maybe they even have talent and they can shred, but they have no fucking idea when to do it and when to fuck off. Like, dude, fuck off right now. He's singing. Like, and if you are gonna solo, like make it subtle
or plan it
and make it go under his vocals so it accentuates his vocals. Don't distract the listener from the vocals because you want to fucking shred over this riff, you dick.
Right, there's a right and a wrong place to put stuff.
Amateur, dude. Your shit's still on, bro. Because you were mentioning earlier how like thankful you are to have such a killer lineup, dude. And
dude, it's like a bunch of. I love it. It's like play with people better than you. Yeah, and I'm surrounded by them right now, and I'm like, it's all virtuosos.
Yep.
I'm good at what I do. Here's me not hating on myself. I'm good at what I do. I have a vision and a plan. I'm a decent songwriter, and it may not seem like it at first because everyone is thick-headed at first, but I will take direction from somebody else, and I love it when
let me ask you this.
I love it when I get proved wrong or they show me something cooler than what I was thinking.
Slow down. So how does this work? How do you write the music for the band? Like, what do you do? Do you just have one riff? Do you have a few riffs? Do you have the whole idea of the song already written? Do you write the basis of their parts as well? Like take me through it.
Me personally, as a songwriter, I'll write a song let's go pre-song. Let's be honest. We're musicians, so let's talk about music. When I practice, I run through shit that I need to run through first. I do the drill shit first. And then I just fuck around and see what happens. When we all as guitar players stumble into a fucking riff that we think is dope and unique, we hope that it's not accidentally biting off something we heard and just forgot about. And then okay, that phase is past. We come up with a dope riff that hasn't been stolen. I hear all the parts. I started music as a drummer. Immediately I hear all the drum parts. I'm a drummer first, guitar player, singer second.
Okay.
Whatever. Default back. So I immediately hear fucking drum parts and therefore bass parts, because if I started as a drummer, you kind of think rhythmically, and I'm also a guitar player, so I'm like, as a seasoned musician, I'm hearing all the parts come together, and I like everyone standing out a little bit. I don't want everyone playing exactly the same thing unless it's called for and makes sense and like adds the power to the song. Like even back in our high school bands, like shit wouldn't all be exactly the same. If it's driven by the bass line, our guitar riffs will follow it a little bit, or if it's guitar riff driven, the bass will follow it a little bit, but it'll we'd make our attempts, and we still do make our attempts to have the parts stand out yet accompany and accentuate the song. You were talking about it earlier, not stepping on toes, knowing when to hold back.
Right.
It's like I feel like I'm pretty decent at that. And
okay,
I see an overall picture.
Slow down, dude. Slow down.
I have so ADD.
So here's what my question is. So you sort of answered it. So basically, it starts with a riff, but then immediately for that riff, you hear all the parts. Now, do you actually write those and then bring it to the band and just teach it to them, or do you give them full creative freedom over the parts that they write to your thing and let it take on a new life of its own? How do you do that? Just let's stick with the one riff idea right now.
If it's mine and I'm serious and I bring it to them, I have a clear vision and I tell them what to play. After that happens, we all kind of, as adult musicians, will have a conversation about it, and either it will grow or they'll like it. I try not to pigeonhole people, but I'm totally like a stickler. Like I'll sit there and like, because I'm a drummer, I'll tell Jen Dean what I want and how I hear it. Here's my parts. This is your fucking hi-hat part. This is your kick drum part. And then, because she's a pro, she'll get it and then be like, I'm the best drummer in the world. So like, and like just change it a little and like either blow my mind immediately and be like, yeah, or she'll rifle through shit to where it's like she gets some freedom, but it's still conveying the generic pattern I had laid out for her.
Right. Gotcha.
I loosely say generic. I'm not terrible, but I'm so not like a good drummer like her in any fucking way, or any of the drummers I play with. It's like I come up with ideas and I'm like, they'll get it, and then they'll like change it to their strengths and to the strengths of the song for the group or unit. I don't know if that makes sense.
I mean, it sort of does. I think I know what you're talking about. And just in case anybody else is confused, this is part of being in a band is literally, see, Chad and I, we've known each other for a long time, a long time. Our bands, we used to jam across the hall from each other, basically.
This would be this is a good long story too.
But we've never been in a band together, meaning I've said this on past podcasts, so if you guys have already heard this, I apologize, but not everybody has, and I'm not going to ask everybody to go back and listen to every fucking podcast so they can catch up on everything. So bear with me. I'll try to make it short. I swear to God, 50% of the struggle of being in a band with each other and writing good music together, 50% of the problem is just simply learning how to understand your language and how you describe things, because believe it or not, the vast majority of musicians are not properly trained with like actual terminology. Some of us remember it from band class or orchestra when we were in school. That's where all of my knowledge came from. And then I was lucky enough that halfway through high school, I made it into a creative arts high school, and I took some more like recording classes and I took some like drumming classes. So I started to learn how to communicate with real terminology. So when a real musician talks to me, it doesn't all go over my head. And when I'm talking to like a layman or a self-taught musician, I can dumb it down to a point where they still understand what I'm talking about as well. So a lot of people give me credit that they like writing music with me because I make it easy. Like the songs we write seem to be like really catchy. You know, I've heard that from a lot of people. They're like, dude, fucking, I love writing songs with you because every time we do it, like we come out with like a really catchy song. Half the reason is,
no, I agree,
is because I'm able, because I've jammed with so many fucking guys.
I've heard your stuff, and I agree.
So many guys I've jammed with. I learned. So when you say you want a soaring guitar riff here, or you want something a little bit more syncopated, but also groovy on the drums, like it doesn't matter what instrument I'm on. I've communicated with so many people. Most of the time, I can shorten that learning curve of what do you mean by that when you say you want the drums to sound like this? Like, okay, gotcha. Like now Jen Dean is easy because you can just like beatbox the beat to her, right? You could write it out, you could chart it out for her.
That's what she does.
Yeah, she was on the podcast. She broke it down for me.
She'll take what I say, write it down.
She's so rare,
and then make it better.
But so for me, when I do that exact same thing, I go, all right, here's the deal. I'll either just play him the drum beat I have in my head, and I'll be like, okay, like something like this. Like the biggest point is to that snare groove, right? So the snare's on the 2 and the 4 for the most part. Doom pa doom doom pa doom pa doom doom pa. And I'll play something like that, and I'll be like, but fucking have fun with the kicks. Do whatever you want underneath,
as long as it holds this vibe.
Right, exactly.
And
like keep it dancey, you know. Like sometimes I'll say like, just don't do a 4 on the floor beat. Just don't go 4 on the floor. Doom da doom da doom da doom. Don't do that. Like as long as it's not that, put some swing into it. Or you know, if I got somebody who's really got, you know, closer to a full deck, I'll be like, all right, give me a shuffle with a 3/4 groove, you know. And they're like, all right, well, where do you want these? Where do you want the ghost notes? And I can actually communicate that with them. Like,
and then you have to, like, depending on who you're playing with, play to the strengths of the person. It's like, what do they sound best playing?
Right, exactly. And so that is 50% of it. And just learning how to communicate with people, I think, can really help when you bring either a finished song to the table and you want them to just kind of put their flavor on it. Like, okay,
I love that now,
here's basically a finished drum beat, okay? But you're going to take it and you're going to redo it your way without disrespecting the art that's already written here, because the whole song is written together. So if you just go complete rogue on your drum parts here, you're probably going to ruin the song. But I want you to have the creative freedom to do whatever you want as well, except for this bar and this bar, because the syncopation on the drums is key to this guitar riff. So like you got 12 total notes that you can't change, 12 total beats. Play these exact things right here and just keep the rest of it so it's got kind of the same groove, you know, so you're not like wanting to bob your head like this when you should be wanting to fucking sway back and forth. Again, these are just ways we describe these things to fellow musicians, because a lot of people ask me, how do you write a song with other people? Well, this is it. You try to describe it. Like sometimes, tell me if you ever have to do this and maybe not for this lineup, but in the past.
Sure.
Okay, here's the deal. You guys aren't getting it. I'm just going to play a song, like a famous song that everybody knows. And then, like, I want you to play a drum beat like that. Or I want you to sing a part like that. And then I'll describe it. Like, see how colorful it is when she's singing here and, like, how she trills down and her voice sounds almost like a waterfall. Like, do you guys see that? If you close your eyes and listen, it sounds like a waterfall. You see what I'm saying? Like,
but then
it's so fucking hard, bro.
Now I try and stay away from that, because there's like, if you say something or give direction to something, it kind of takes away from what that person may have been thinking in the first place before you, like, and I've had to learn this the hard way. Sometimes I'll like dictate or tell somebody something I hear.
But have you had to do that in the past? Like literally play a song for somebody?
I have.
Like,
I try not to, because then they'll start to play it like that song and not just more like similarly in attitude and vibe. They'll actually start doing that. Like I accidentally like brought up Tool as a reference to something, and I was like, that was the dumbest thing I could have done, because then the song or jam we were fucking with started to sound like Tool, and I'm like, I don't hear Tool, but I hear, what I meant was the color of the way they paint, not the drum beat or the bass line or insert any band, and then people will like start to take like a pinpoint in that band's sound and like make it what you're talking about, when really you're not trying to talk about that. You're trying to talk about something else, but it's like this song or showing somebody that song is the only way you can do it. I have done that, but I don't do it anymore, or I try not to do it anymore. Now I'm just like,
it doesn't really matter how you do it, is my point.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter.
The only thing that matters is that the person you're speaking to understands what you're talking about, and you guys come to something, whether, and this is the other thing, is I've had,
you all have to respect each other too, which is fucking hard. And I love and respect everyone in my band. I'll
dictate
songs.
If you don't love and respect your band members, why are you guys even in the same room together?
Right, exactly.
Like that shouldn't even be part of the equation. That's like my old singer used to say, "Oh, you and Kevin want to fucking do X, Y, and Z, and you want to do this, that, and the other thing, and I think we just need to practice more and write more songs." It's like, dude, those things are a given. Like if you think you need to practice more, then you need to practice more. You won't hold back all the other shit because you think we need to do this. You see what I'm saying? That's like a minimum standard. Like if you don't
keeping everybody caught up to speed is hard though.
But if you want to write a song, hypothetically, the hypothetical proverbial you, not Chad necessarily.
Yeah.
But if you want to write a song and bring it to a group of musicians, if you don't respect them and allow them to have some sort of input, then you better be writing it and teaching it note for note and paying them because they're nothing but hired guns at that point.
Yeah.
If you want to be in a collaboration project, but you're the primary songwriter, you have to have enough respect for them to allow them to have some creative input, right? But at the same time, they should also have enough respect for you because you're in the same room together, and that's why you guys are there together, to where if you put your foot down and go, no, here's the thing is like, this is the best thing, trust me, and then hopefully 6 months later or less, that person comes around and goes, you know what? Because this has happened to me. Like, I learned this. I'm playing in this band. John writes this guitar riff or this vocal part I fucking hate. And I'm like, dude, you got to change that shit. And he's like, no, I love the part. I'm not fucking changing it. And I'm like, just try. Like, try something like this. Now, here's the point. He has enough respect for me to go, okay, we'll try it.
Yeah.
We try it. My idea isn't better. And I have enough respect and trust in him as a songwriter to go, okay, you know what? It's your instrument. It's your part. You wrote it. It's your call. 6 months later, I come around and I go, John, you were right. That's actually my favorite part of the entire song now.
Right.
But if you don't have that, then you shouldn't even be in the band together. You see what I'm saying?
I believe that is what I have right now, and I don't want to speak for anyone else, but I would hope that they feel the same way. It's funny because, like, the bass player and I do that all the time, and it's like eventually one of us will like, oh yeah, you know what? That is right. Or sometimes we both change shit a little bit, and it's like, okay, I kind of like being told what to do sometimes because I do a lot of that. And then through that, I'll like come up with my own version, either intentionally or unintentionally, usually unintentionally, pulling away from what they're doing. It's mostly just like slop guitar playing what they're doing because I can't get it. And then sometimes it becomes something they like. I don't know where I'm going with this.
Let me ask you a question, dude. How do you write lyrics? Because I used to write lyrics, and some of my lyrics were really good. A lot of them were trash. I quit singing because I didn't like the labor that went into it. I also never thought I was a good singer to begin with. I mean, admittedly, I was pretty confident in my entertaining abilities as a front man. I thought I had a great scream. I sound pretty decent when I'm singing like acoustic style, but in hard rock or heavy metal, when you got to like do powerful heavy singing, I didn't like it, and I sucked. But long story longer, I'm curious where you come up with lyrical inspiration. Like when you decide you're going to do you write lyrics first and then write a melody, or do you write those two at the same time?
Second. I've tried to write lyrics first, and they never become part of a song.
So you write a melody first, and then you write the lyrics to that melody.
I'll write a riff, like a guitar riff or a bass line.
No. Hold on. Slow down. I'm just trying to get inside your head on just the vocal side of things. So you have a vocal melody in your head first, and then you write lyrics to that melody. Yeah. Okay. That melody, I assume, based on what you said, because we're very similar in this regard, I assume that melody is probably, you hear the melody in your head much like the drums and the other parts when you're writing that riff or that song per se.
Yep.
So
Totally.
basically, if I understand it right, this is how it works for you. You come up with the majority of your riff ideas while you're practicing or dicking around or warming up. You stumble on something that you think sounds cool. Boom, there you got a riff. Sometimes you extrapolate that on and write a whole song. Sometimes you just have a couple riffs, whatever. But whenever that happens, immediately in your head, you also hear all the other instruments for whatever parts you did right. You take that to the band, you flesh that out with them, and then I assume that's when you start singing that melody. Do you start digging around and improving lyrics while you're singing that, or do you just do the melody and then sit down and write lyrics?
A lot of the time is all improv lyrics.
And then same thing, if something sticks with you,
if
you run with that lyric,
me,
like
I'll
a
run
line
with it,
or a phrase.
Or I'll like come up with an idea or comment or phrase or some lyrical something or other that while I'm driving around or whatever, sometimes I'll record it on my phone, or if I get to a pen, I'll write it down. And that'll be like the start of like a chorus or a verse. It'll all start off of whatever random idea or words that I stumble across sound cool enough to represent the feeling and vibe of the song.
Nice.
Like,
that makes sense.
Music will create emotional response, and in that emotional response, whatever I'm thinking about will kind of come to lyrical content. But it's always second. I'm like, so I don't know what to say a lot of the times, and it takes me forever to write lyrics to a song most of the time.
It's the hardest part.
It's the hardest part. I don't know.
They also
how
don't matter,
people can
though.
be writers so well, and
they also don't matter though. They're the most irrelevant part of a song now.
But it's the thing everyone relates to, and like,
no, it isn't. Hold on, no, it isn't though. That's such a bullshit statement now, and it never has been, because you read old Tool lyrics, you read old Stone Temple Pilot lyrics, you read half the fucking lyrics in a Led Zeppelin song. None of them make any goddamn sense. They really don't. They really fucking don't. Like they're like, this verse might have like a cool little thing to it, and like things might loosely tie in, but like not everybody was bona fide fucking poets, right? Same thing, modern day music. Fucking Nicki Minaj, fucking half these bands back in the day in the new metal scene, they didn't even put lyrics in the fucking thing. You know what I mean? They stopped putting lyrics in the fucking in the fold.
There's not enough of them.
You see what I'm saying? It was
I know what you mean.
But it became irrelevant what the actual lyrics were, as long as it's catchy and it makes you want to, like,
as long as it didn't suck,
sing along.
Yeah, right. If the vocalist doesn't suck and the melody is singable,
you know what you should do is, and this is probably way harder, but either continue to write songs like lyrically about like conspiracies you're into, or just try to write lyrics that you think are funny, right? And like you could have, because your music is pretty serious. Your music is not serious. You guys are mature musicians. You write you write mature music.
Shit is serious.
Be fucking awesome
with a grain of salt
if you had this like really cool like mature sophisticated music, but then your lyrics were like ridiculously funny. Like not like dick and fart and poop jokes, but like hilarious like concepts. Like I don't know, maybe you somehow like,
I do have an alien concept one.
Maybe you tweak a bunch of like jokes from some of your favorite comedians and shit or something, you know, you like figure out a way to like tweak that so you're not just plagiarizing someone's art, but you're incorporating it into a lyric and write it, you know. Or maybe
I got like this self-deprecating jokey song that's like super fun to play. It's just like a G to C shuffle, like a little 2-chord progression. Every band fucking does the G to C, so I called it generic song in G. I'm like, fucking, it sounds good. The music is generic with few exceptions. We added some flares that make the shit pop and cool, and some like the bass player came up with some like really cool fills and shit. But all the lyrics are self-deprecating, jokey stuff.
I got another idea for you. Here's what you do. When you're jamming a song, before any lyrics are written, name it name it something ridiculous, give it a temporary name, and then try to write the song about that ridiculous name. Like, for example,
Jimbo would do that to me in Candlelight Vigilante.
For example, like this.
A little.
You just wrote this song. It's a legit song. It's a legit song, but it's in the demo phase. You haven't finished it. You haven't even written lyrics yet. Name it Aliens Are Real, but they all secretly want to fuck us. Okay?
Right.
And then that's what you write the lyrics about. Maybe not use those words, but that's the actual concept, is like, not only are aliens real, but they secretly want to fuck us, like really, really bad. They're all sexual predators. Like, there you go. There's your song concept. And then write a crazy ass fucking hilarious concept about fucking
I do
people
have
getting
an alien
fucked by green people.
Song in the works, and it's just kind of based off my
I think that's
reoccurring.
fucking hilarious, bro.
Yeah. No, I mean, I do got an alien concept song in the works based off of my reoccurring alien fantasy dream. So my goal is shit. I'm so fucking stupid. My ideas cost so much money. So the song I have, it's very long-winded and elaborate. It might even be like a 5 or 6 minute song, but it's going to be about my alien dream where aliens attack.
How many of them do you fuck in this dream?
There's no fucking, but there is.
See, you lost me, dude.
Explosions and aliens
when
coming
you film
from the
video,
sky.
When you film the video,
and
when you film the video, here's what I want to happen. I want to be in the video, and I want to be way off in the background, just fucking an alien. But you like do a quick camera pan by, so you never really even like
notice
see me or notice unless you look for it and notice. And it'll just
Easter
me, just
egg.
like just fucking.
That is possible.
It will be fucking hilarious.
I'm talking about.
I'm trying to save your career here,
dude. All the things I want to do cost so much money, and it's like there is no money in music anymore. It's like
I know a group of dudes.
Fuck, man.
I know a group of dudes who like writing and they like filming, and we could probably put together a reel and do it intentionally, like a B film.
Yeah,
like a B movie.
Well, if you've ever watched any of my videos, the director and myself are more into just like shorts. Like the video is not just
like Daisy
the band
Dukes.
Jamming, not like a short film. Like
I'm just fucking around.
Like
who films your music videos?
Yes, you need to have that band in a room. But
who's the director of your music
Mercy's
videos?
May has directed all my videos so far.
May. Should we play one? Should we plug it?
Sure. Fuck yeah.
Better be ready.
Save Yourself, Wrong Man.
Oh, you know what though? I don't want to do it because it might bog down. This thing updated. This thing updated and became an enormous hog on my computer. We barely have enough fucking.
I would love for people to go
to
YouTube and check out my music videos. I'm super proud of them.
Plug it. Tell them where they can go look for it.
Go to YouTube, look up Chad Erickson and the Untimely. Look at all of our music videos. They're awesome.
Press pause, go do that, and then come back to this.
Yeah.
There you go. Boom.
100%.
And they're back. All right. Fantastic.
Now you get a little bit of my music. You get a little bit of like what I like to do and what my director wanted to do at the times, like, or the visual concept. And it's like, I like trying stuff and I'm like, cool if it's not overly accepted. The Wrong Man probably came out at the worst possible time. It's like the Me Too movement, and I'm having a 3.5 minute fist fight with Angela Higgins, and it's like, fuck it. It's the awesomest thing ever. It's like, it's fucking hitmen and gangsters and driving away in a fast car and guns and kung fu. It's fucking awesome. It's like, this goes back to my stage image thing. It's like, fuck boringness. Have your videos be cool. Die. Get shot. Whatever. Just, I don't know. Create a spectacle. Everyone is sick of watching a band in a room in their favorite t-shirt.
Again, I don't know that I buy into that. But
I do, man.
But
okay,
again,
I'm only buying into it because
that's what you want to see.
I'm going to speak for me personally.
That's what you do.
My
if that's
favorite
what you want to
bands
see, then you
are
do
regular
it.
dudes, but like, I am sick of paying money to go watch dudes seem like they don't give a fuck that I'm there.
Right. Okay, but here's the
thing. Do you
thing.
understand what I'm saying? And it's like,
but let me
if you're dressing like a dad and not attempting to no, I gotta go off, because there's so many people that are in good bands, but they're just like standing there looking fucking bored, wearing New Balance, boring the shit out of me. I'm sorry. I'm talking shit.
No, you're fine. You're fine. And I'm not going to argue with you. I'm going to back you up. But only if the mind is in the right motivational spot. Here's the point. If you're trying to create a spectacle on stage because that's what you want to see.
I want to see.
Now you're talking. See, that's what you do. And then you market that and try to find like-minded people. If you're making a spectacle on stage because you think that's what other people want to see.
That's true.
That's what I mean when I say...
What I say comes out wrong.
No, and a lot of people think I'm negative. Dude. I'm not saying you said it wrong. No, I'm saying, just make sure all of your motivations, because I'm not just speaking to you, I'm also speaking to people that are listening as well. Like, as long as you're doing things that... And you notice this because George Lucas says it about Star Wars. Metallica says it about their band. Name any of your favorite artists of any type, and you ask them, why did you do this? And they will say, well,
because that's what they want.
I wanted to watch a movie like this. This is the music we wanted to listen to, and nobody was doing these things, so we did it. And then we were just lucky enough to find a lot of people that also really liked it.
Right. Sometimes I'll stupidly say, people want this, when really it's me. It's my opinion. I think a lot of people are guilty of this. I don't think it's... speaking for me, it was from no attempt to speak for anyone else. I'm just excited about, like...
Because if you want to know what people
my
want,
ideas,
Chad,
I guess.
If you want to know what people want, go make mumble rap. Because that's what's on the radio. That's what people want right now. No, they don't. They don't know what they want. You have to tell them what they want. That's how it works. That's why every band that gets huge comes out of nowhere and doesn't sound like anybody else on the radio.
I just want to be in a fucking explosive, awesome band. I want to give people not only a great audio, but great visual to look at. And
so how are you guys handling COVID? Let me ask you that.
Whoa, fuck, dude.
Are you guys still playing out? Are you finding the places that are open?
I haven't even put it up on Facebook yet. I made the page invite today, but I'm having some technical difficulties.
You're gonna do an online thing?
Yeah, we're doing a thing from an online live stream from Curbside Productions. I'll have the event up Friday. July Fighter, Chad Erickson and the Untimely, Black Madonna, Aria Arcana, Tessa Von Ives, and we're going to have Bailey May Hula Hoop.
Did you say Arcana?
Yeah.
I think I know Arcana. Those guys. I think I know those guys.
Ladies. They're going to do some burlesque. Aria and Tess will be doing some burlesque in between the bands. Bailey will hula hoop during one or two of my jams.
Yeah, that's right. You're into that super weird shit, aren't you?
I like creating a spectacle.
Shit. You ever go down to Ground Zero?
Fuck yeah.
Have some girl fucking lick the bottom of your boot?
I got some friends who,
fucking
run a few events out of there.
That's fucking weird,
Bazaar
man.
And stuff.
Y'all do you, man. I'm cool. That shit's fucking weird, dude.
It's like, did you ever go to, like, I don't know, I guess I want to say Ozfest or like Edgefest or like
all this stupid shit.
They got like Jim Rhodes Flying Circus and all that other crazy shit.
It's just weird, man.
Like, yeah, but
like the whole freaks thing, it's just like, okay, cool.
But guess what happened?
Everyone
there went home and they were like, dude, I watched a motherfucker get like a nail fucking splattered through his nose. He was crazy. He swallowed a sword. Dudes are playing with fire. It was fucking crazy. They don't want to do it, but they're telling everyone about it. It's fucking cool. If you got bullshit, people want to see like somebody. Do you want to go see people less cool and fun than you? I don't know.
I mean, some people are into that, and here's what I'm going to say: is
like,
you go
I don't
do
think
you.
I'm a sex object, but like, I like selling sex appeal. It's kind of fun. It makes me feel slightly better about myself. Not that I think I'm sexy or anything. I think I'm a fucking piece of shit,
You crack me up, man.
But I'm doing what I want to see, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. I'm doing what I want to see. I want to see a rock band that's a spectacle with explosive fucking
that's what you should be
awesome doing. Lead guitars, great vocal harmonies, like aggressive shit, sad shit, happy shit. I mean, like, but fun. Like, I tried to throw these Freak Fest shows. I don't know if anyone went to it. I'm like a walking almost failure with my festivals and stuff, throwing them at bro bars. But they allow the fire and stuff. I like having fire on the stage.
Careful.
I know.
You don't want to burn the fucking venue down like Skyline.
No, they got to have their license. They got to know what they're doing. But it's cool, man. It's like, I want people playing with fire on stage while we're playing. I want go-go dancers singing backups if possible, or just go-go dancing like behind the band, making shit cool. It's like, I don't know. I want to have.
I mean, here's the thing: that's cool.
I want to create the ultimate show for everybody, and it's like, but it's also really just for me.
Well, and that's the thing is you're never going to make a show for everyone. You're never going to do that because honestly,
right? Because I can't even make everyone in the band happy with show concept ideas,
dude. Because I'm telling you right now, if I came to the show you just described, I'd be rolling my eyes, bro. I'd be like, dude, that is fucking ridiculous. Like, you need all of that to fucking. This is not you, not Chad,
not me, but
like if I went to that show that you just described, here's what I think. Is you're doing all of this to distract from the fact that your music isn't entertaining enough? Like, you know what I mean? Okay, cool.
I know.
Cool. But to me, it almost becomes a distraction sometimes.
Okay.
Like, it seems obnoxious.
I can see that.
So I might dig your band, but it's not, you shouldn't be trying to worry about whether I like your show. Because I'm just not going to be into all of that.
Sure. When it comes down to it, I guess
I'm into some
not,
pyros. I'm into some lasers. I'm into some cool lights. I'm into all that kind of shit, right?
Sure.
But when it's like, it starts getting into like the freak shit where you have like the go-go dancers. Like, now don't get me wrong. Again, just like I said earlier on the podcast, there's an exception to every rule. So a band like All the Pretty Horses back in the day, I was like, dude, this shit is fucking far out. And there was a period of time I wanted to do fucking cage dancers. I wanted go-go dancers in cages
that shit
on the side of the stage.
That's my goal.
There was a period of time I wanted to do that too, man.
For one show.
But I'm just saying, don't worry about making a show for everyone. Make a show that you want to go see, and then just find and market to that crowd.
That's what I'm trying to do.
It's really that simple, man. I'm promising you. It's not easy to do. It's still hard, but it's that simple. It's not complicated. Is how it gets complicated is when you try to make shit that you think other people want to see because you're always trying to follow a trend. That's how you get a Papa Roach. No offense. I'm sure they're great guys and they're great musicians. If they're your favorite band, I apologize. Because what I'm saying is they changed their sound based on what's popular on the radio now. They're never going to go down.
I know.
They're probably never going in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They're never going to go down as prolific, generational musicians, which they could have been. But the contract they have is they write relevant music. It started off as that new metal fucking hip hop rock shit.
Well, I know it was
like more like emo rock when that shit got popular. Like, and then you got bands like Metallica and Coheed and Tool and fucking they do their own thing and they remain timeless.
Right. Well, I guess I'm trying to take a note from them.
Yeah, just keep doing your own thing because you are doing that.
I'm doing me. And sometimes I stupidly speak. And it seems like I'm trying to say people want this when really it is just me who wants this.
Yeah. That's the secret, dude.
I'm not trying to dog bands in t-shirts. I was that guy. I was forever that like Kurt Cobain dude where it's like a spectacle is like it's so fake, right? It's like people can call me fake, but it's like I'm not being fake. I'm like I'm kind of a conservative, normal type dude, but I like shit that's fucking entertaining. I like horror movies. I like rock bands. I like fun stuff. I'm sorry if I don't like being bored. It's like, if you're a good band, that's all you need to fucking hold me. But it's not enough for everybody. Right. And I'm not gonna lie. I do sort of want to appeal to everybody, but it's more like, things that I want to do combined into one cool show that I think is fucking fun and cool.
So when are you doing this live feed so people can fucking see
Friday,
the current version?
October 30th.
Where can they see it?
Facebook, YouTube. There'll be a few links. I'm like the dumbest dude with links. I will be getting help putting all. They'll all be up on the page. I'll have them all up.
All right, and
but you'll definitely be able to watch it on like Facebook.
So where could
YouTube.
people follow you in the band right now?
Right.
Plug your Facebook page.
Facebook page, Chad Erickson and the Untimely. Please like our page. We have our YouTube page. Just Chad Erickson and the Untimely.
Perfect.
I can't.
Are you going to put it directly on your YouTube page? Are you going to do it like this, or are you going to do it on your website and then port it to that shit?
I don't know.
Okay, well,
Dude, I don't know.
Okay,
man.
well then make sure you guys follow Chad on all his social medias. Make sure you keep it Friday, October 3rd.
30th. It's a Halloween show, but not directly on Halloween.
Gotcha.
The night before. I didn't want to like step on toes, nor get my toes stepped on.
Smart. Smart, dude. No, it's good, dude.
It's smart. Like if people can't take their fucking kids out to go trick-or-treating, they can sit at home and like watch some of the coolest rock bands in fucking town.
Sure.
And just chill. Fucking
cool.
Watch the spectacle that I want to create.
Where can people
in a live stream format rather than, at the show, because clearly we can't do anything.
Where can people follow you personally on your social media? What's your Instagram and your Facebook?
The Facebook is, I got my Chad Erickson personal page. It's public. Everything I do is public.
Do you know how many fucking Chad Ericksons there are on Facebook?
I'm the guy with...
No. Do you know your URL to your Facebook?
No.
Do you know your URL to your Instagram?
I'd have to look at it.
Okay, you need to get on that shit. So next time you come back on the podcast, you can tell people how to find the most common name in America.
Chad Erickson and the Untimely on Facebook, and it's the Untimely on Instagram.
All right, perfect. Well, dude, let's wrap it up here. We've been going 2 hours. Can you believe that?
Wow.
2 fucking hours already. You guys, if you like it, if you want to follow me, Jared Singer Live on Facebook, YouTube. Or not YouTube, sorry. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I don't really fucking tweet shit, though, so I don't know why you guys would want to follow me on social media. But like, subscribe, hit the bell, share this video. Word of mouth is the best way for promotion and for us to build the channel. We're doing pretty well being so new, but we still got goals. We got to hit 100 subs first and then 1,000 subs so we can monetize. But
I do want to say congratulations, though.
Thank you,
like
man. I appreciate it.
You're still going. A lot of podcasts.
It's fucking
don't
fun,
make it
dude.
Past like 10.
Yeah, that's true, man. We're 27. We're on already, dude.
It's
27 already, man. I appreciate it.
I think this was the right route.
Thank
you listen and you have stuff to say.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I really
like doing podcasts. I haven't done enough, and I've been slow with being able to sell my band. But it's like. I didn't get my shit together till now, so here we are.
At least you're getting shit together and you're being productive during COVID, because that's been the real killer for a lot of guys. So let's end it on that note, man.
Yeah, man.
Let's do it again soon. Thanks for doing this, brother. This was a lot of fun, man. All right, guys. Love you. Thank you very much.